Donald Trump has made himself synonymous with the Iranian war conflict. When we look back on Donald Trump's presidency, one thing that's going to stick out amongst a lot of things that's crazy is the Iran war. What was the purpose of the Iranian war? What was the reason for the Iranian war? Iran didn't attack the U.S. Iran didn't attack U.S. soil. Iran is all the way in the Middle East, people. We have fought and invaded everywhere in the Middle East that didn't want to be an ally of ours. Think about it. Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. We have invaded and attacked all these places in the Middle East. Now the ones that are our allies, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, all of these places, you know, they're neutral. But they belong to us. We own them. They do what we tell them to do. They do what we tell them to do. But the places that don't want to align with us and don't want to do what we tell them to do, or countries that have the capabilities of potentially being a problem to us, even though they're all the way in the Middle East, is Iran. And Iran also has a conflict with an ally of ours, which is Israel. Iran backs a lot of places that Israel has problems with. So our friend Israel says, hey, we need your help with this problem that is Iran. And the U.S., being the good friend that they are, decided we're going to help Iran. We're going to help Israel against Iran. Plus, they have the possibility of one day being a problem to us anyway. So let's go ahead and get them out of here. Let's go ahead and eliminate that issue now. But here's what's interesting, right? Trump says America first, make America great again. But 90% of America has a problem with Israelis, has a problem with Israel. Let's not forget, during the whole Nazi Germany campaign, there were a lot of what in America? There were a lot of parades. There were a lot of campaign meetings. There were a lot of gatherings supporting Nazi Germany and Hitler versus Israelis, versus Israel, versus Jewish people. So on one hand, you have a Trump that is president saying make America great again, but 90% of his citizens, white Americans, well, I don't want to say 90%, let's say 60% of his citizens, or let's just shave off 10% of that. Let's say 50% of the citizens of America who are white Americans have literal lineage, people in their bloodline that were supporting Hitler. So do these people who say make America great again, that are white Americans, still believe in the ideology of Hitler and believe that Jews and the Jewish people are bad? Because Trump doesn't. Trump is supporting them. So if on one hand you're MAGA and you're saying make America great again, but on one hand the president is saying, and you believe that Jewish people aren't good people, but the president doesn't have a problem with Jewish people, are you conflicted? Because Trump is doing the work of Israel, which is attacking Iran. So are you against that if you're a white American? Things that make you go, But Trump is going to be synonymous with this war, because Trump decided to back his friend and ally of a country, which is Israel. And now he's saying, hey, we destroyed, $60 billion, $50 billion worth of infrastructure to you guys? Here's $300 billion in a peace deal to make everything right with us, with taxpayers' money. How will it end? How will this Iranian war end, people? Will it end with the American people saying Trump did the right thing?